Welcome to the Hamm Planet Podcast. Subscribe and share to support the show.
Are you nervous? Huh? Really, are you? Man, you gotta get a cheat sheet or something. It's okay. It's all right. Is that what you want to hear? Man, that's why you get your ass in the meeting room with the receivers at lunchtime every day. Every day. I don't care if you like it or not. You know what I mean? You gotta know one thing, man. This is the last shot right here. You know what I'm saying? And you're either gonna explode onto the scene, or you're just gonna be like a...
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Welcome to the Hamm Planet Podcast, Bukkake Blitz Edition, your ultimate NFL deep dive with your hosts, Peter Hamm and Marcus Appleyard. We've got a packed show for you today as we kick off the 2024 NFL season, our 10th year of battling it out in the legendary Bukkake Blitz, the most intense fantasy football league in the entire world. Pew, 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 pew. I'm Peter, your diehard Dallas Cowboys fan, and on the other side of the mic, we've got Marcus, repping the Buffalo Bills Mafia.
That's my name, don't wear it out.
We're two massive NFL enthusiasts who've been locking horns in the fantasy football league for over a decade.
That's true. We've been in a couple of finals together.
And trust me,
A couple of finals.
And that's
the
facts.
competition's only getting fiercer, mi laddie. In this episode, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the upcoming season, which teams are looking like serious contenders, which teams are looking like pussy pretenders, and which rookies are ready to make an impact. And of course, we'll give you our bold prediction, hot takes, and talk a little shit along the way.
Let's go.
Shall we head to my favorite planet in the galaxy? The planet of good vibes. 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 It's time!
All right.
I love humanity. I think it's great.
It's all good, man. I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
The Hamm Planet
Marcus.
Podcast.
And with that being said, we are blasting off into the galaxy of good vibes in approximately 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top of the morning, folks. Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hamm Planet Podcast Special Edition NFL Season Preview. If you're new to the show, the Hamm Planet Podcast is all about three things. Simple as that, ladies and gents. Good vibes, great people, and glorious stories, senor. And if you're into that, you like that, respect that, stick around, take your coat off, and get ready for a little bit of NFL talk today, ladies and gents. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and just give it up for Marcus Appleyard. Welcome to the show. Mate, how you feeling on this evening?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling refreshed. You know, Pete and I took old Rocky for a walk earlier.
We did.
Got a nice little spritz from the rain.
Good cardio.
Oh, great cardio.
Hopefully CD Lamb has been doing his cardio.
I'm sure. Hopefully a little more cardio than what we did, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, that contract that he got, I'm sure he's been putting in the work.
He better be.
I'm sure he's not going to sit back on his laurels and lead you guys to mediocrity.
Well, a lot of people are saying that the Cowboys are gonna have just a greasy 8-8, 8-9, or whatever year again. But I refuse to believe those lies.
I think it might be worse than that, brother.
Brother, it's our year. But before we dive in to the Bills Mafia and the Dallas Cowboys destiny, brother, why don't we come pipe steaming hot out of the gates to get us started.
Sure.
And I've got 20 questions here for you.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
Rapid fire as we can make them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can keep them quick. Short and sweet.
Some NFL topics where I need your feedback, brother.
Need the answer. Okay. I'll do my best.
Question number 1, brother. Is Tom Brady the greatest of all time?
Yes.
Easy money. If you don't agree with that, go to your local doctor or neuro specialist. Second question. Who is the greatest NFL player of all time, regardless of position?
I mean, it's hard not to say Brady. But honestly, okay, I'm going to say something a little bit controversial.
Okay.
Actually, probably very controversial. But, like, look at him for the football player, not for the person. Which is, maybe if you saw the one we made 2 years ago, I was pretty harsh on someone's personality and what they did outside of football. But anyway.
Right.
Look at the stats of O.J. Simpson.
O.J. the Juice.
I'm just saying, look at his stats as a running back.
He knew how to run the rock. The guy got 2,000 yards.
That's
Rushing.
what I was. How many people have got 2,000 yards more than once?
I don't think anyone.
I don't think very many.
No one
I
rings
don't
a bell.
know the list. I will confess I don't know the list, but you watch that guy run the football and you're like, who runs the football better? Maybe Jim Brown, maybe Walter Payton, but I don't know. Maybe Barry Sanders, but the list is short, and I love running backs. So for me, like the best NFL player of all time has to be one of those legendary running backs, because quarterbacks with a good O-line, they'll look great for years. They might not look GOAT of all time like Brady or like Mahomes or Allen, but they'll look great. But a running back,
we're throwing Allen in the same category as Mahomes and Brady, brother. Come on.
when Allen is protected, he can do a lot of stuff.
True.
A lot of things.
He's a dangerous man. I'll give him
He's
that.
a dangerous man, and of course, I'm going to say Allen. I mean, I'll throw Jim Kelly. No, I won't throw Jim Kelly in there too. But Jim Kelly was also great. He's not greatest of all time, but great for sure.
4 Super Bowl appearances, right?
4 in a row. 4 in a row.
We
2
will-
losses to the Cowboys.
Yep.
1 to the
Redskins, 1 to the Giants.
Whoa! Can we say that now?
Yeah, they're always the Washington Redskins to me.
Outstanding.
All love and respect.
Pete drawing the line in the sand.
I know the woke media has taken away the Redskins. I personally have a best friend who his dad was on the Super Bowl winning Redskins team.
The 92 or the 90s one?
Yeah.
I think it was 92, but I'm not sure.
Shane Brandis. Shout out Shane. Shout out Mr. Brandis. And they, you know,
They won't call it by another
hold
name.
the name of Redskins in such high regard. And it was never something to them that was demeaning.
Well, I saw in the news a couple of days ago that the new owner of the Redskins, the Commanders, currently Commanders.
We're not trying to offend anyone. So if you're offended,
no. But
not trying to offend
currently
you.
they're the Commanders. For anyone who's a new NFL fan who might be confused,
To ass cheeks name,
yeah.
by the way.
I agree. But the new owner about the name had said that he's considering changing it again. But we don't know if he's going to do it before the season or even mid-season. I can't imagine he does it mid-season, but I reckon in the next couple of seasons he'll probably change it.
I wish they would go back, but I know that's not the case.
I don't think they'll go back, but I think they can do a lot better.
Well, given my Redskins relationships and close ties to Shane Brandis and the Brandis family and Papa Brandis, I know how much they love that team name, and they're really, really disappointed that it's not still that.
Well, it's hard to deal with change sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like, imagine if the Cowboys weren't the Cowboys anymore. That would just be...
Might
It'd
as
be
well take
alien.
me out back at that point, brother. Okay, question number 3.
Yeah, this is supposed to be lightning round.
It
We
is.
got baited. By question 3, we were baited.
We said we're going to do the best we can.
Lightning round. Okay, here we go.
Number 3, what is more important for a team's success? A great explosive offense or a hard-nosed great defense?
Explosive offense, sadly.
Wow.
Nowadays, explosive offense.
Defense wins championships, brother. That's
Not anymore.
one
Not
of the Ten
anymore.
Commandments.
You just got to score 3 more points. Or 1 more point, really.
One of the NFL Ten Commandments. Okay, fair enough.
And I say that because the Buffalo Bills have had
That's true.
top 3 defense for the last 3-4 years, and they haven't gone to the Super Bowl. So Mahomes has managed to score 1 more point or more than us each time, it seems. Or Burrow.
He always finds a way.
They do.
All right, we're going to skip over number 4 because it's very controversial. Way more controversial than the Redskins.
Isn't that exactly what we want?
We got a better one on number 5.
Okay, no problem. You're the host. You got it.
Is the NFL doing enough to address player safety and concussions?
I think they're doing plenty.
Yes, they're
I
doing
think a
more
lot of
than
people
enough.
would argue they're doing too much, but I'm happy with the amount that they're doing.
What do you think about the hip drop tackle?
Oh, bullshit. But that's got nothing to do with concussions, I don't think, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, I think the Guardian caps look stupid, but I want the top players playing. And if it stops the top players from getting concussions, then great.
Oh, those do look absolutely horrible.
Yeah, they look horrendous. But I've seen they have like some rubber equivalent, and they also have some helmets that apparently have the Guardian built into them. And those look less bad. And those look less bad. So
yeah,
I think McAfee was saying on his show or whatever that, it's a kind of a race. Whoever can get to getting the Guardian technology inside of a helmet to where it doesn't look stupid is going to end up being, the next big helmet. They're going to be the next big popular one.
Do not put one of those condoms on your helmet if you're a Dallas Cowboy. I'll tell you that right now.
They're obligatory in practice. You know that.
NFL, please don't go soft.
Unless you use one of those 6 helmets that they already have the Guardian technology in them, which I think are primarily lineman helmets. Lineman and defensive end helmets. But I don't know all the models by heart, obviously. But
shout out safety. The Spartans, they wore helmets. So you know what? They maybe blazed the path for safety. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Brother, next question. Who is the best NFL wide receiver in history?
In history.
That's
That's hard, but I'll tell you whose highlights I like watching the most. I really love watching Randy Moss highlights.
I was going to say Randy Moss.
It's hard not, I think Reed, epic wide receiver for the 49ers. But I think as far as...
Jerry Rice, you mean?
Oh, no, Ed Reed was a Buffalo Bills wide receiver. You're right. I'm mixing up Reed and Rice. So Reed was a great wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Also has a great highlight reel. But yes, Jerry Rice was who I was thinking of the 49ers. But I think Randy Moss is...
To me, he's the best of all time.
He's the one I like, whose highlights I like watching the most.
And he was just the nastiest.
Oh, man. And he played, I think there's something to be said. Sometimes a player gets to play on one team their whole career. And so they get to build up this crazy library of... But there's something about a guy going from team to team and just immediately fucking dynamite in a barrel.
Randy Moss with the Patriots in 2008.
I can't believe he didn't get a ring.
Single most impressive season I've ever seen by a wide receiver.
Just his stride, his cadence, the way just everything. He's so long but so quick, but also durable as heck. It's so funny watching, you talk about safety, watching where Tom Brady was in the start of his career in terms of how he could be hit.
Yeah.
And where he was by the end, it's no wonder that he managed to continue to just improve and improve and improve, because the rules just got easier and easier and easier on him. To where it's I don't even have to really worry about getting hit all that hard, even though as I get older and you would be more worried, they have to hit me softer. You don't. Right. I don't have to worry about Ray Lewis completely and totally trying to take my head off.
He did take a lot of heads off.
He did.
On and off the field.
And early on in the...
Shout out Ray.
Shout out Ray. If you're listening, hell yeah, brother.
Great motivational speeches, brother. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely. But yeah, no. So, yeah, it's crazy seeing how safety's changed.
Shout out safety. Shout out Randy Moss. Next question coming in hot, brother. Would you say they need to bring back the old Pro Bowl?
The
Yes, sir.
old Pro Bowl? Are you talking about like quarterback challenge?
Like
That kind of era?
NFC, AFC, Sean Taylor.
Or you're saying like
murdering the
actually
punter,
playing? Like
Playing
them actually playing the AFC, NFC game?
best players in the world on the NFC.
I
best players in the
completely.
world.
I think they should put it after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I think they should fucking have it out.
Absolutely. And
I
they should put a
completely
lot
agree.
more money behind it.
And I think that the quarterback challenge should come back.
Yes.
I don't know who didn't find that entertaining as heck. You have the top QBs in the world all talking smack to one another
Right?
in Hawaii,
Yes.
getting turned,
Getting
having a good time.
so many Mike Tais and Margaritas.
And like and putting to rest the question of who can throw the ball the furthest. You know, a lot of people think it's Mahomes. I
a lot of people
personally,
say it's your boy Josh Allen.
that's who I think it is. But
Maybe I think it's Dak.
until we see them throw it like a javelin onto
Right.
a field where there's a ruler,
Yeah.
who knows?
The old Pro Bowl must return. You heard it here. First,
I don't like that they've introduced
I think
flag
a lot of
football
other people are
instead.
saying. Flag football is a shame to the game. It is not football. I don't like it.
I would
I'm against it.
I wouldn't mind it if it was as well as.
Right.
When it's instead of, I don't like it.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like I'm a fan
Yes.
for more football and more different ways of enjoying football. Because all of a sudden there are people who are like, oh, you aren't that good at the NFL football, but actually you're really good at flag football. You know, like you're agile and you can
Wow,
juke.
if someone told me that, I would be like,
No
wow.
offense to NFL players who are really good at flag football and not that good at NFL football. For the NFL, to be
Right.
clear, you're still very good at football.
Tyron Smith, we get it, bro. We know you won't be good at flag. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. I'd love to see the old Pro Bowl.
I would too. I think a lot of the pride of playing football, not for everyone, but for a lot of people, a lot of the pride of just being an NFL player and doing your best every time, regardless of like the kind of disregard for your own personal safety for the sake of like doing your best is
Yep.
kind of gone by the wayside. I think a lot of people are being
Sadly.
I think, yeah, it's kind of one of those ones where I go back and forth because, you know, you want the players to take care of themselves because, you know, like mental health's important, you know, like with the suicides and CTE and stuff. And then like them having a long career is important.
It
You know,
is.
like you see running backs are already like their lifespan is like 4 years, maybe for a lot of them. But at the same time, I want to see, like, if they're going to go out on the field and play football, I want to see them go out on the field and play football. I don't want them to, like, pretend play football.
Modern day gladiator arena.
Yeah, I want to
What
see
I
them.
always-
I want to see them fight for their conference, that they're proud. I want to see that sense of pride. I guess that's kind of important to me.
Ain't nothing better. Brother, next question here. Which NFL dynasty is the greatest dynasty? The 1970s Steelers, the 1980s 49ers, led by Slingin' Joe Montana, 1990s Dallas Cowboys, led by Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders. I mean, I keep going for days. Or the
Moose.
2000 Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the 1990s Buffalo Bills. No.
They are an AFC Championship dynasty.
They are an
be
AFC Championship.
Cordial.
To be cordial. That is cordial.
They played so hard in the 90s. Have you seen any of the Super Bowls?
Of course, I've watched every single one.
Bro, they murked each other on the field.
Absolutely.
Like, guys would get slaughtered. Like,
Yeah.
gang tackling, punching, like the old pull in the, the
Yeah.
whole nine.
Yanked,
Cleated,
horse collared,
yanked.
cleated, yeah, everything.
Air pulled. punch, headbutts.
Fucking dirty down in the trenches, shitting in their hands and fucking throwing up in the...
Real fucking man.
Real fucking football back then. But
Good old days.
if I was being honest, like I don't know the Steelers dynasty well enough. I think I have a little bit of knowledge of the San Francisco one. Obviously, as a slightly newer fan, of like a fan of 14 years rather than a fan of 30 years.
Right.
But I obviously I've done my research. I know some of the history. I still think I have to say the Patriots, just for the sheer longevity of it.
Yeah.
And like
It was.
it's Brady and Gronk, but outside of that, every team was different. Edelman was there for some of them. Edelman wasn't there for other ones of them. And the fact that, Randy Moss was in there, but wasn't part of necessarily the year that they won the Super Bowl.
I never got one.
Right. So it's kind of like there's, I think the way that Tom and Bill did it in football today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think physically it was harder to do in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
But I think that the standard across the board of NFL teams now is significantly higher. Like I looking at the NFL in 2024, for example, I don't think there is a 0-17 team this year.
No.
I don't think there's really. I think people are saying that the Patriots are going to go 4-13. I don't see that. I don't think there are very many. I don't think there's a team that's going to get less than 6 wins.
That is,
which is even that's poor, but that would be an improvement on the last 5 years, I would say.
Right. Well, I guess we'll see.
I just think that the playing field is becoming more even.
It is.
And the standard is
It's great to see.
Constantly rising. So the fact that Tom's legacy kind of spans 2 decades. You say the 2000s, but he won them in the 2000s, he won them in the teens, and he won them in the 20s.
Ever since I have conscious memories, Tom Brady's been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The first Super Bowl I consciously remember watching beginning to end was the Patriots versus the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember consciously watching it?
I wasn't.
Or you know of
I
it?
didn't follow football, but I know of the game.
Yeah. Jake Delhomme, hope you're doing good, man. Okay, next question. Brother, will the NFL ever return back to a running back dominated league, or is it destined to permanently be a quarterback driven league? What's your thoughts, brother?
My honest answer is I hope so. And trying not to be cynical, I think it could. But I think it entirely depends on how involved the NFLPA and the owners and the league, like the league, shadowy league figures get into how the game is played.
Right.
Because all of the rule changes around, roughing the passer and OPI and DPI and things like that, like a lot of the rule changes are coming to protect the quarterback. And so when you protect the quarterback, obviously it makes it easier for the quarterback to make plays. Therefore, the quarterback makes more plays. Therefore, the offense becomes more centered around the quarterback.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, teams can then, because they know that they can't hit the quarterback or they don't want to risk it, they can defend running backs a little harder because it's the one area where they don't really give a shit how hard or soft they play.
Yeah, there's zero rules to protect running backs. It's get him.
Right. And that's why I love it, because running back is the one position that is most out of college ready to go to the NFL. I feel like my theory on running backs is if they come out of college and in their first year they blow up, you got a good running back. If they don't blow up in that first year, there are exceptions to this rule, but for the most part, they don't blow up.
Very few.
They're a dud. It's like you got to draft another one.
Yep. Cam Akers. I mean, he might have
for sure. And
had a good
Todd
preseason.
Gurley. Todd Gurley had a resurgence.
Wait, how recently?
No, like not recently,
Okay,
but like I think his
say.
first year he did well, and then his second year and third year he kind of, but then he went to the Rams, or
He was always with the Rams.
he was always with the Rams, but then like I don't know,
They
3 years later,
They switched from St. Louis to...
yeah, they switched to LA, and all
Yep.
of a sudden he was good again. But it's
they
very
beat the
rare that
Cowboys.
very rare that a running back finds their rhythm 2 or 3 years in.
Very true.
So that was a long-winded way of saying it depends how shadowy league figures want the football to be played. I suppose if you were to play devil's advocate on it, though,
Right?
the easier quarterbacks have it, the more defenses are going to prioritize defending wide receivers. And
True.
theoretically, the more that would open up the box for a running back to... and open up the field for running backs to do more jet sweep, more out running to the outside, because the DBs and the safeties are prioritizing defending these wide receivers because they're concerned about the quarterback.
True.
So, like, you could look at it that way, but realistically speaking, if the league wants touchdowns and they like having superstars, and so until there are more superstar running backs than there are superstar quarterbacks, they probably won't change. They'll probably keep it quarterback focused.
Which I will say, right now the league is pretty thin when it comes to standout running backs.
I completely agree.
This has been the
pretty
thinnest
dire.
year. This year is the thinnest year.
I don't know one rookie star that's gonna
Me either.
like who's Bijan this year. There isn't one. I don't think.
No Bijan. Yeah.
So yeah, I would, and even Bijan's was quiet, which was I think he's
It's quietly respectable.
he did well for the team he was on, but so often we see that number one, like that round one drafted running back be a beast right off the bat, like off the charts good, like Zeke or DeMarco Murray. I mean, like,
Oh, great examples.
yeah, I mean the Cowboys.
Great
The Cowboys know how to draft a first round running back. I feel like,
We do. We just very rarely do it. But-
and you don't pay them, and you let them go too early.
well, we don't pay him until it's right before week one, and they've been drinking margaritas in Cabo for 3 months, and then we give them the biggest contract, exactly what they wanted.
That's your wide receivers,
Right.
brother. That's your wide receivers, brother.
we did that with Zeke too.
Oh, that's right. You did do that with Zeke. Jerry likes to wait until the last possible moment and then overspend every time. It's
Every
like,
time.
why not just be the first to spend, and then everyone else can go, oh fuck, Jerry set the market at that. Now I have to pay more than that.
Right.
But he never does, and every time he's like, no, I figured this shit out. I know how to do this.
I tried to talk to him, brother. He's stubborn. Brother, next question here. Curious on your thoughts on this one. Can anyone in the NFL dethrone Patrick Mahomes as the NFL's top quarterback?
Yes, and his name is Josh Allen.
So just let's look at it from a data analytics perspective.
Yep.
That means Josh Allen needs to win 3 Super Bowls in the next 5 years. You think that's going to happen?
I think it can happen.
What percentage do you put on it? 1 to 100%.
For fear of being I'm not even really superstitious.
Genuine optimistic.
I might be a
Marcus
little stitious about like calling the shots on that, but I mean, I would put the percentage at like 5%, 10%. I think I just think out of
there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, but I'm saying out of the quarterbacks that are out there, I think he's one of the most likely, in my opinion.
Yes.
There are a lot of rookies that look good this year in the preseason, but we know how the preseason. We know what happens. Like Nathan Peterman looked great in the preseason, and I'll tell you, 5 interceptions later in a regular season game, he isn't so good.
I wonder how his mental health is doing.
I mean, he's still in the league, so it must be all right.
Shout out. Yeah, I mean, if you're still in the league, your mental health has to be relatively respectable.
You gotta. I mean, like, people still believe in you, or you have to believe that people still believe in you, at least, if you're still in the league, in one way or another. I would imagine.
Big facts, as the youngsters are saying. Big facts.
But if we want to talk statistics, who is the number one touchdown scorer in the NFL last year? In the NFL in the last 5 years?
Are we doing 5 years combined?
Yeah, either or.
He had more touchdowns last year than Dak?
Total touchdowns,
He
yeah.
threw more picks, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Josh is a slinging dinger.
He is. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't
I like him.
cook in the kitchen without breaking a few eggs, Pete.
True. That's true. But, I...
Got to protect the football a little bit more, for sure. But I think
You think he's the most likely person to dethrone Patrick Mahomes?
I think so. I think you can make a case for Joe Burrow as well, but he's so injury prone that
He's weak.
I think people
He's-
really
hurt
underestimate
too much.
how important
Love him. but-
durability is. Like, you look at how Josh Allen, and again, I'm a Bills fan, so I do have bias, but you watch how hard Allen plays, how many runs he makes, how many times he gets hit.
Middle linebackers just
And
smack him in the skull and he gets up.
You've seen him get a little sore here and there, and he had a shoulder injury a couple of years ago, and last year he had a little bit of an elbow thing going on, but or I might have those two mixed up, but he's had a shoulder and an elbow in the last couple of years, but he's always played through it. He's not really missed starts. I think he might have missed one start in the last couple of years. But for the most part, that's incredibly durable.
He is durable. I gotta give that to him.
Especially for the brand of football he plays, which I would compare
Aggressive.
to 90s
Savage.
and 80s and older football.
For the record, I like Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen. I think he's a great guy,
Can't
great
not.
player. I hope he does dethrone Patrick Mahomes.
I do too.
I just hope Dak can get
Dethrone him too.
I'll say this. I hope the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
can win some.
Yeah,
Win a Super Bowl, please.
because Dak may not be there next year, huh?
We're lightning round.
Yeah, you're right.
Lightning round, brother.
Banana.
We'll get to that one. Brother, next question here. Is Aaron Rodgers truly the missing piece for the New York Jets to win a Super Bowl? What's your thoughts, brother? Aaron Rodgers.
I think
Ayahuasca smoking,
I don't think he hurts.
non-vax.
My honest answer, though, I think they'll be.
nice.
I think they're significantly better with him, but I just think even a great quarterback is bad behind a bad O line, and I just think the Jets have worked really hard this year and they worked really hard last year to shore up their O line, and it didn't work. So they've tried really hard again, and we'll see.
I mean, they got Tyron Smith, who's an absolute freak
He
of nature.
is, but he's injury prone.
He's very injury prone.
You lose him if you lose him week 4.
You're
Does
done.
Aaron stop? You just stop winning games after week 4 and just go, oh no, our O line's bad again.
Honestly, probably. That's what.
That's what I mean. So it's yes, he is a missing piece and a huge one, the biggest one.
Yeah.
But if your O line, and to the credit to the Jets, they've tried. They tried last
give it to
year.
them.
They drafted O-line and they traded for O-line, and they did the same this year. They drafted for O-line and they traded for O-line, and it's just got to work. And at a certain point, it probably comes down to coaching, O-line coaching. Mm-hmm. But I find absolutes to be really difficult to. They're hard for me to reconcile. So saying is he the piece? I mean, with a great O-line, do they win the Super Bowl without Aaron Rodgers? No. So probably. Right. I guess if you use that reverse logic, yeah, he is.
Quick take. Did the Jets make the playoffs?
If Aaron is healthy, yes.
Okay.
I know.
We'll circle back to that.
I know.
We'll
I kind of did it like that, but
you're beating around the bush.
But that is
We'll
that's
jump in
the
the
one
bush.
team. That's one of the only teams where it's. Well, I guess that's the same for every team. It's if their starting quarterback is healthy, then maybe.
We'll jump inside of that bush
we'll talk about
here
that.
in a bit.
Yeah.
Brother, is the NFC East, aka the NFC Beast,
Or
the
least
best division in football?
the best division in football.
Most competitive.
Right now? Or all time?
Right now.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not a shot.
Not even close. You have the New York Giants in it, so no.
That's true, and everyone knows the New York Giants suck.
Correct.
They really are just...
And and if you looked at last year, you had the Giants and the Commanders. Obviously, this year, the Commanders with Jaden Daniels could be a whole lot better.
I hope.
Could be. I mean, I know you hope not, but they could be. I mean, he looks pretty good.
I hope they're respectable.
Yeah.
Because one of my best friends, he's up here, Shane Brandis.
Shane Brandis. Shout out
One
to
of the
Mr.
homies.
Brandis.
We love you, Shane.
And your dad?
And your dad. Great people. For the sake of y'all, we go through it a lot, brother. But, I hope to the Redskins, hats off to you. I hope it's a respectable year. Just not an absolute embarrassment. Just always need to be one tier below the Cowboys, right where you should be. And, yeah, go Cowboys. Next question. Brother, do you think Brock Purdy is truly, genuinely, no bullshit, the answer, the solution, the truth when it comes to being quarterback of San Francisco? Or is he going to fizzle out this year?
Oh, I mean, I think he's great for them, but I think there are probably 25 other quarterbacks that would be great for them.
Yes.
So, sure, he's great. He's taken them to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl the last 5 years. So, he's great for them, or the last 4 years. So, yeah, he's great for them. But like I said, I think you could take any quarterback from the top, maybe not the top 25, but the top 20. You could take a quarterback from each team and put them in there, and give them the same amount of time that Brock Purdy has, and they'd be great.
Brother, who is a better receiver? Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, or CeeDee Lamb?
Oh.
Who do you pick, brother?
Yeah, if I'm a team and I get to pick one?
Yeah.
Okay, not fantasy. We're just talking about my NFL team.
Let's go your NFL team and then fantasy.
Okay. For my NFL team, I think I go Justin Jefferson. And
Yeah.
I know that hurts you, brother.
No. I respect Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's on both of my fantasy teams so far this year.
I think he's a super quarterback friendly wide receiver. And so when I say my team, I mean, in my head, I'm thinking of the Buffalo Bills, but I'm also thinking like an arbitrary, random, invisible, nothing team that's just like any team. With him being so quarterback friendly, and with him he's been relatively injury free. He's only had one injury, and that one injury was last year, unfortunately.
Right.
But that's the only injury really he's had in his career. And after seeing him in wide receivers, you kind of got to know him a little bit better and see his personality and how positive he was through that, and how team focused he was, and how loyal he was to, like, he wasn't kind of like pouting or complaining or like demanding money or this, that. I don't know. Like, as far as wide receivers go, I definitely lean towards like I want less diva rather than more. But obviously them being a top wide receiver, you want a little bit. So he's like the most least amount of diva that I can reconcile and still be a star wide receiver.
I hear you, brother. And I do love Justin Jefferson. Great guy.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, though, I believe is better. And I think CD isn't a diva. I know this contract scenario made him look like one, but I like CD a lot. I've listened to him talk for an extended period. He had a podcast with Micah Parsons. Check it out. Two great men right there. He's very intellectual, good guy, team guy. He loves Dak, which at least if whoever you got throwing the ball, you better love him. And you better let him know, or else you're shit out of luck. So he's a smart guy.
He is, for sure. And I like CD. Like, I like all three of them. Like, they're all great wide receivers.
They're all top tier elite, we'd be happy with any of them.
And I think fantasy-wise, you'd go CeeDee Lamb.
You got to.
Especially with J.J. McCarthy being hurt. I think you got to go CeeDee Lamb.
And we got no running back.
And we still don't know if Jamar Chase is going to... We don't even know if Jamar Chase is going to play.
We don't. Yeah,
he doesn't have a contract.
He does have a contract.
Well, he does, but they haven't given him a new one.
Right.
And he's not happy about that.
Yeah. You know what? Get your money, Jamar. All right, brother. Next question.
Sounds good.
What's the Jacksonville Jaguars? The Jacksonville Michael Jacksons. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Are they going to have success this season or be an absolute failure?
I don't think there are going to be any teams that are absolute failures this year. But I think they're going to be mediocre again.
Do you respect Trevor Lawrence's hair? Yes or no?
Absolutely. He's got gorgeous flowing locks.
Personally, I think it's healthy. I think it shows that his hair is very nutrient rich.
Yeah, it's a mane.
It's not the best look.
I mean, it's not thick, right?
I'm glad you don't have that hair.
Yeah, I'm glad Josh doesn't have that hair. But it is.
Yeah. What if Josh Allen? He's a white boy too.
Yeah.
What if Josh Allen walks in
to
the Buffalo Bills?
Straightened hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it.
He ain't passing up Mahomes with that.
No, but if you see the mane he has now, now he has a mane.
Does he have he's got flow or?
It's just, he just hasn't got it. It's long and thick and
greasy.
A little unruly, yeah.
He doesn't use a straightener.
No. He's got luscious curls.
He's not going to the salon.
No. He doesn't have a Jerry curl and he doesn't have it straightened. It's just kind of like
farm hair.
Yeah.
Just horseshoe hair.
That right there is horseshoe hair.
That's horseshoe hair right there.
That's horseshoe hair right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brother, Deshaun Watson. Good year or not so good?
He's going to be shit like he has every other year. He's been shit since
he's lost it.
He's been shit since he got caught being jerked. Now that he can't be jerked by massage therapists, he can't play anymore.
The moment
he's all built up, he's all blocked up.
Stuff, that's when I knew his career was gone.
When he did butt stuff, is that what you said?
He did butt. I mean, well,
is that what you said?
Me. Don't quote. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, there was articles. I mean, maybe it's rumors. I know people just pull stuff out of thin air sometimes, but I think that could have traumatized him, whether it happened or not, and he's done.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
did Deshaun Watson do butt stuff? Let us know in the comments.
I do not know, but what I do know is he cannot play football anymore.
Exactly, and if he wants to do that stuff, by all means.
Yeah, he's wasting a fantastic Cleveland Browns offensive line.
Yes.
And he is wasting a fantastic Cleveland Browns defense.
Great defense. Shout out Myles Garrett from Arlington, Texas.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
From this town.
Absolute dog.
He went to high school right down the street. He dunked the basketball over one of my good friends, Eli.
Hell yeah. That's a claim to fame, Eli.
Yes.
Shout out to Eli.
Shout out to Eli. Eli, we love you, brother. Martin Warriors, we know where y'all are. Brother, who is the best player on the Buffalo Bills defense?
Matt Milano when he's not hurt. When Matt Milano is hurt. Right now, Ed Oliver's doing well. I want to say it's Greg Russo or Terrell Bernard. So when Milano got hurt, Terrell Bernard had to stand up, who's a linebacker, had to step up last year and kind of really took the defense into his own. And like it just turned out we had another really good linebacker, which we were really excited about for this year because then we'd have two really good linebackers. But I'd probably say Greg Rousseau because he's just like badass middle linebacker, just
He's a dog.
big son of a bitch.
You need it?
He, gets to the quarterback, stops the run, blocks passes. Like he's just kind of like a one man army.
Swiss
And-
Army knife.
Yeah, and it just looks like he's it looks like he's figuring it out. It looks like he's kind of like, I think he's going into I want to say he's going into year 5 now. It might be year 4, year 5 right now. So it's probably year 4 because I haven't heard any contract talks about him yet. So it's probably year 4 that he's going into, but it just like each year he's grown and grown and grown, and he's just stout in the middle.
Brother, I do agree. I also love that Oliver. I love a lot of guys that you guys have.
We got a lot of great defensive players.
A lot of ticks and folk on that defense.
Oh yeah, I miss Leonard Floyd. I think Leonard Floyd was great. AJ Epinesa is another really we got a lot of good defensive players up front, especially now. It's kind of like a few years ago we were much more like safety corner heavy in terms of our strength, and now our strength has come much more up to the front, which I think is better because I think without pressure on the quarterback, you're just in trouble. You make the life hard for the safeties, whether they're good or not.
Facts. Big facts. Brother, without further explanation, we have concluded the lightning round, which we had a great lightning round.
So quick.
Yes. I know we had a lot of good insight, expert insight. Adam Schefter, we know you're proud. Brother, what's the Buffalo Bills record this year? And I'll say the Dallas Cowboys, and then we'll do a quick commercial break.
I've been bouncing back and forth between 12-5 and 11-6, and I think I'm gonna go with 11-6. I think we're going to start slow, unfortunately.
Similar to last year.
We've got I don't think we're going to take the massive drop off that everyone thinks we're going to take, because I think we're well coached and I think we're well disciplined, and whilst we've lost some weapons, I think going from
Not too much explanation, brother. Just your record.
Oh, yeah. 11
We're going to break down each and every game.
You're right. 11-6. There we are.
11-6.
11-6.
Marcus Appleyard, the Buffalo Bills Mafia expert, says they'll be 11-6. Dallas Cowboys 12-5.
12-5.
12-5.
12-5.
12-5. Another one of those years.
Okay.
But ladies and gents, we will be breaking down each of these historic, monumental teams' season, giving our predictions game by game, as well as many more hot takes, as well as many more NFL golden nuggets of knowledge coming up shortly. Stay tuned. Don't go far. Get your popcorn ready.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I feel really good right now.
I like to say this to you kids.
I was born ready.
Okay.
Bet. Game on.
If you don't scrape your tongue, you're nasty.
Remember the Alamo.
Yes, sir.
So let's give it up, ladies and gents.
Wow.
I pop my perk over retarded.
How are the women in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
How the women in Green Bay?
Need to get on his yoga regimen.
Ham needs to see me on the golf course, by the way.
Ooh.
I am Fiona in the swamp. To me, I'm talking to you.
Yo, if you're a fish,
Get out her swamp, honey.
Is Joe Flacco a gold jacket quarterback?
No.
Yes, sir. Thickety McThickerson.
You rat
Yes, sir.
Smile on this guy.
freshly fixed.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa. Oh, that person's going nuts. They're fired up.
Subscribe and share to support the show.
Simmer.
Go ahead and take a seat.
That was a really nice introduction.
I just looked for a nice looking pair of white sneaks and I'm like, done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hamm Planet Podcast. Here are the one and only Marcus Appleyard. Marcus, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling fantastic. Feeling loose as a goose.
Brother, fantastic is how I'm feeling as well. I do have to say, we are to the round of determination of each destiny, of each team.
Sorry, technical
Baltimore
difficulties.
Ravens.
Cameraman is drunk.
We want to just go record and
Let's
then a little bit about them.
Let's give a record and then and then go from there.
Okay.
You fill yours out, I'll fill mine.
I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to go 13-4.
13-4. Brother, I think I'm right there with you on that one. I'm going to go 12-5.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Derrick Henry is going to be beast. Great upgrade. Absolute Dogosaurus Rex.
And I think if any team can figure out how to make the run go in the AFC, it's the Baltimore Ravens.
1,000%. Really, really going to be watching that team with that backfield this year because it's going to be lethal.
And their wide receivers are pretty good too, I think.
Underratedly good.
Yeah, I think so.
Do they still have OBJ?
I don't think so. I think that he's with a different team now.
He probably is. Well,
he had a 1-year deal with them, so they'd have to re-sign him, and I don't think they re-signed him. I feel like they drafted someone. I'd have to look it up.
Brother,
a team I have not paid that much attention to.
We know the Ravens are a strong competitor. How about the good old Cincinnati Bengals?
Less good in my opinion. I think that the Cincinnati Bengals will go. I think they're in a similar spot to the Bills in terms of like readiness to get to the Super Bowl. I think that I think like for this year specifically, like I think the Bills are soft rebuilding, and so in that same sense, I think the Cincinnati Bengals they're not soft rebuilding, but I just think that the quality of their team is kind of equivalent to that of one that is like not rebuilding. It's competing, but it's not at full strength.
What's going on with Burrow's hair? What's going on with Jamar Chase's contract? I mean, they got to get that squared away before anything happens.
Joe Burrow's handsome. You go 9-8.
9-8.
I was gonna go 10-7. So we're right. We're really like right there. I can't bring myself to think that they'll get single-digit wins. They lost Joe Mixon though, and I don't really see a replacement. And I don't think their O-line got a whole lot better. So I can see that.
I believe Joe Mixon is a much bigger loss than people are going to think. Because that guy knows how to run the ball. And he's a dog. And I think that's going to hurt. I think Burrow, get the hair figured out. Jamar, get the contract.
You don't like the new hair?
No, I like it. But are we focusing on ball? Or are we focusing on the team? Or are we changing colors?
Team or highlights? Yeah, good question. Valid question.
Which, hey, do you, my guy? But you need a big year this year. You know you do. I don't need to be the one to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Scooting and booting along to the Cleveland Browns.
Man.
Cleveland Browns, brother.
I have a hard time seeing the Cleveland Browns getting more than
led by
6 wins. They're one of my 6 or 7 wins. I think maybe 7. 6 is so few wins. I think, I'm gonna go 7. I think they'll go 7-10. I don't believe in Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Deshaun. I inappropriately touch women. Watson.
He's tough.
Just a sleaze bag. But like Jameis being there is great. He's a great vibe guy.
I think Jameis is going to get the role this year.
I think Jameis is going to get hired by other teams just to uplift the team. Like you can just see what a great, spirited, motivational guy he is. I think Deshaun's shit. I think that
shout out Jameis.
The Brown, absolutely. Shout out Jameis.
He's been doing some good stuff lately. I love to see it.
Yeah, I mean every one of his speeches, pre-game speeches, are like
they get me hyped every time.
Pure gold. Yeah, they give me goosebumps every time.
They're funny, but they're solid.
Right. I mean, and I think there's a degree of heat. I think
he's got genuine.
It's genuine. Yeah, it's genuine and it's sincere and it's
right.
Like it is motivational, whether it's corny or not. I feel like if you're being sincere, it's okay to be corny. If you're corny and it's genuine, it's it's okay. It's when you're corny and it's like you're trying to be something that you're not that's
a double whammy.
That it's quote unquote cringe. That's one for the kids.
Yeah, the
slang.
TikTok or whatever they're doing, eating cotton candy and stuff.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, brother. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, the Pittsburgh
led by Russell Wilson and Justin Fields and Mike Tomlin and J.J. Watt's brother, T.J. Watt.
This is a really horrible one because statistics would say you don't bet that they're going to get less than 9 wins. Because they've got to have a positive record because Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record in 17 seasons.
He hasn't.
But Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are not them. So I'll predict them 9-8 because statistically that's what they're going to be. But
right,
I'm not happy about it. They should be lower. They should be like one of those 7 and 10 teams.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna give them 10 and 7.
You think they'll be 10 and 7?
10 and 7.
That is
17 games total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you think they'll have 10 wins?
Now we have 17. Okay, 17. I think they will. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like Russell getting paid all that cash money
from the Broncos,
deposited from his Denver bank to his account each week.
So a
and
small
he's
little
not even on
account.
their team. Yeah, into it. Yeah. And he just is gonna absolutely go after it and have some luck here and there, and who knows, wild card team.
I mean, I would love to see Russell in his, to have a resurgence, because when he's playing the way he was capable of playing,
it's entertaining.
It's good football.
Very
it's
good.
exciting. It's
Very
electric.
Fun. And he wasn't too shitty last year.
No, he was average last year.
I mean,
I think it's just tough to watch Russell Wilson go from what Russell Wilson was to average.
Right. Oh, Handopi.
Like when you watch Andy Dalton do Andy Dalton things, you're not upset about it because you're like, well, that's Andy Dalton. That's what I was expecting. But when you watch
Andy
Russell,
Dalton, the Red Rocket.
Right. But when you watch Russell Wilson go out there, at least people our age,
1,000%.
we know what Russell Wilson was capable of. We saw what Russell Wilson was capable of, and so we miss it. And so when he's doing less than that,
we need it.
Is it Russell?
We need it.
Doesn't feel like it.
I 1,000% agree, brother. Okay, so that wraps up the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so scooting and booting along to the AFC South.
AFC South.
Houston Texans record.
I think they're going to be 13-4 or 12. I'll go 12-5. Yeah, let's make 17. 12-5. 12-5.
I'm going to go 11-6.
Okay. Interesting.
I think they're going to be a good ball club and good program, but lose some side ones here and there. Brother, I'll give mine first on this next one.
Okay.
We can switch off.
Yeah.
That way we don't tip each other off.
Oh, yeah.
Brother, the Indianapolis Colts.
What do you think?
Indianapolis Colts. I hate to say it because I don't want this to happen, but boys, it's a 7-10 year. It's a 7-10 year, and I don't know. It's just not looking. I don't know. I'm not feeling too hot about it.
I agree. I think Anthony Richardson kind of has to prove it to me. I think he flashed, but there was also a lot of inexperience there, and he hasn't had that many snaps, just through college and through the NFL. So he doesn't have a big catalog of historical scenarios in which he's succeeded for me to go, he was fine 3 years ago. To
I don't have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Thoughts?
9-8.
9-8.
I think so.
9-8. So everyone's neck and neck here.
I don't really. I feel like the AFC South is a weak conference, so they kind of go. I feel like they cannibalize each other.
They do.
I think the Tennessee Titans go 8-9.
I think they're a 10-7 ball club.
Without Derrick Henry.
I think Tony Pollard is a beast, and he's going to get maximally utilized there. And I don't know. I think they might put it together.
Okay.
It's a shot in the dark. That's my shot in the dark of the night. Maybe I'll have another. Who knows?
Nothing
you
wrong
gotta
with
keep
that.
watching.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I think so. I believe in Tony Pollard. And I know that's one player, one running back, not a big deal. Okay. But I think he can do good things leading that team. Moving along. AFC West. Denver Broncos.
7-10, I think. Which is a huge improvement for them.
Huge. Is it? Isn't that what they had last year? Oh.
I think it'll be a more handsome 7-10 if that's what they got last year. It's a more handsome 7-10. I think they'll score more than 17 points a game.
I'm gonna give them 9-8.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I think they go 13-4. It's simply like I think they'll make mistakes here and there, but I think they'll go 13-4. I think Xavier Worthy's going to be really good for them. Unfortunately, as a Bills fan who traded them their pick, it doesn't make me super happy, but I think they're going to go 13-4.
I love it, and it's hard to dispute that. But I'm feeling 11-6. Mm-hmm. I feel like some of that Super Bowl luster.
Yeah.
They take it easy sometimes during the regular season. We've seen it time and time again. I think it maybe happens a few more times this year. Now that we've won a little bit more, we got a little gold on our fingers. We got a little money in our pocket. I think, the regular season might be a roller coaster, but ultimately they'll get in and they'll be in it.
I agree.
Las Vegas Raiders.
This is a 6-10 team. This is the only, I think this is one of the couple of teams in my head that might end up going below that 6-win mark that I was talking about. But even then, I think they can get 6. So I'm going to go with 6-10.
Rather 6-10 for them. I'm going to go 8-9. 8-9. I think Antonio Pierce is a good coach.
I agree.
He's a good linebacker. Back in the day, I remember watching him. He smacked some Cowboys pretty hard. I mean, we smacked back harder, but he was good, and he's got them playing good. And something about Minshew magic and Tay Adams there. I feel like they're going to put it together and maybe scrape a respectable season. But, yeah, that's where I stand. Okay, how about Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers?
Feels like a 10-7. I don't believe in the Chargers curse. I think they have been pretty unfortunate, but I don't believe in the Chargers curse, so I would go with 10-7.
I'm doing exactly the same. 10-7 for the Chargers.
Love Jim Harbaugh.
He coaches hard and he's old school, which wins.
Correct.
Which I would say, yeah. Brother, now going to the NFC. We'll get to our divisions last on the list.
Okay.
So we can build the anticipation.
Oh, build it, baby.
The NFC North.
Chili.
Brr. The Chicago Bears.
I think the Chicago Bears will go 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah, I think they'll go 9-8. I think their division is pretty cannibalistic. I think they'll have a hard time playing against Jordan Love and the Packers. Spoiler alert. They're pretty good. Vikings with Darnold are not super scary, but when you have Justin Jefferson on your team, maybe they catch him at a bad time on one of their games where he's kind of streaking hot.
I need him to get hot.
And go from there.
He's a dog. I think this is 6-11 ball club.
Okay.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be good, but overall, we still got a piece of the other. So, love that they got Keenan Allen, though. I mean, I could see it going better. I could see it going worse.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Detroit Lions. Last year's almost NFC champion, but they lost.
Do you want to go first on this one?
I'll go first on this one. I am going to say they're going to have a 13-4 season.
Wow. I was going to guess 12-5. So we're right on each other's.
Right there. How about Green Bay?
Green Bay. I think
Jordan Love.
I think that the Jordan Love led Green Bay Packers will win 12 games. So they'll go 12-5.
11-6, but they're dangerous. Hate what they did to the
They are
boys.
dangerous.
We must seek vengeance, Dallas. How about the Minnesota Vikings, Milady?
I think the Minnesota Vikings, Milady, will score.
Milady.
Will
Land of 10,000 lakes, Milady.
I won't predict how many points they score, but I think that they will go. I think I'm going to go with 10-7.
10-7.
Yes.
So you're feeling good about the old Minnesota Vikings?
I think they made some really good moves in the offseason. I really like Kevin O'Connell as a coach, and
sharp feller.
While I don't really believe in Sam Darnold, I think that Justin Jefferson is a super quarterback friendly wide receiver, and I think that he'll make Darnold look decently passable for sure.
Old Darny.
Before this, before the season's end.
I don't know. Something about me thinks Darny is going to do what he did last year. He's going to start out, take him to 4-0. Same like he did with the Panthers. Maybe this was 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. But Lynn just lose it all.
Yeah.
6-11.
Ooh.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That'll break some hearts.
That'll break some hearts. I'm sorry, Minnesota. NFC South, brother. The Atlanta Falcons.
I think the Atlanta Falcons will go 8-9.
8-9. Carolina Panthers.
Carolina
Me for Atlanta.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm gonna go 9-8. I think they've got some nice young pieces. Hopefully the new coach revitalizes him. I could see it going a lot worse, but that's what I'm gonna say. 9-8. Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna say 7 and what is it? 10, 11, 7 and 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that I hope. I mean, it's just getting sad,
for the Panthers.
Carolina.
Yeah, it is.
I just want to see something relatively respectable, please.
Yeah, they've had a rough go of it for a while now.
Bad.
They're one of those purgatory teams. It's one of the few teams. I think that's one of the few ones where I'm like, you could get less than 6. You could get fewer than 6 wins.
They could. Best of luck to you, Carolina.
Yeah. Best of luck, Bryce.
Yep. Shout out the New Orleans Saints.
I think the Saints are going to go...
Who's their quarterback?
Derek Carr. Still Derek Carr for now.
For now.
I think...
Not for long?
I don't think so. I think maybe... I think this season will be his last.
Derek Carr's done and dusted.
I think so.
Okay.
That being said, I think they will go 9 and 7. 9 and 8?
9 and 8.
9 and 8. I think they'll go 9 and 8.
9 and 8. Okay, I'm gonna go. Hate to say it, but 6 and 11. I think it's gonna be a tough year. I think Derek Carr is just
I don't know. It's just not working, my guy.
I think he's the new Andy Dalton. I think he's relatively
Andy
safe.
Dalton's better.
But you do. That's interesting. Okay.
Bro, Andy Dalton.
Dalton was safer for sure.
Dalton is honestly a dog. I respect him.
I do too. A good player.
I mean, the guy's been in the league for years.
Yeah. Good player.
He's been in the league for 35 years.
Good ball player.
Yeah, he knows how to sling a rock. The NFC West is next on the list. Here we have the first team, the Arizona Cardinals, Milady.
This is probably one of the harder teams, I think.
It's a tricky one.
I'm going to go with 11-6.
I'm going to go 9-8, but I could see 11-6 easily.
Yeah.
Because Marvin Harrison Jr. is that guy.
Yeah.
He moves different. He's going to be like Randy Moss.
And people forget Kyler Murray is good.
He's actually good when he's not playing video games. He's not playing World of Warcraft.
Right. He's a good quarterback.
He's got to get off Xbox Live or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, I said 10-7, right? Or 9-8.
I think 9-8 is what you said.
9-8. I'm sticking with it. I'm running with it.
There you go.
Next, we have the Los Angeles Rams.
I think the Ramily is going to get 11 wins, going 11-6.
6-win ball club for me. San Francisco, senor. You got the last one first, so I'll say.
Yeah, go ahead.
13-4.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Shanahan, he knows how to call plays.
Oh yeah,
and he does it well.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's exactly what I was going to go with. I think that they look good. I think a little bit of trouble in paradise with Trent Williams and with Brock's contract coming up and with Ayuk. But ultimately, I don't think it makes a difference. I think the core of that team is solid, and they know that they have their core.
They do. Seattle Seahawks?
Seattle Seahawks.
I'm
I'm kind of down on them right now. I think I probably would go. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. I think I would probably go and predict them 8-9, 9-8, 9-8. I'll be nice. I'll go 9-8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8-9.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be hopping around there. I think
Yeah.
Geno's still fighting. Now, brother, to the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins.
I think the Miami Dolphins this year will go 11-6.
I'm going 12-5. Good team there.
Good team. Yep. Balanced. I think they're going to struggle on defense.
Their coach
potentially.
Big Vapor.
Huge Vapor. I'm channeling him right now with the sunglasses that I'm wearing and the hat that I'm wearing.
He's a sharp feller.
He is.
He's funny as hell too. New England Patriots.
I think that they will go 8-9. No. Yeah. I think they'll go 8. I think they'll go 8-9. I don't think they're going to lose as much as people think they're going to lose. I think they're going to get Drake May out earlier than we expect. I think the O-line is terrible, but I think he's going to manage as
Jacoby
he has
Brissett's
so far.
going to get killed, which I don't want to see because that line is not strong.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either because I like Jacoby Brissett. He's been a great player, a great league veteran.
He's hard-nosed, tough as nails.
He's a good guy.
He works good guy, gets his lunchbox, gets his hard hat on, gets his boots tied up, goes to work, gets the job done. First one in, last one out type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Always eats the ham.
Completely agree.
New York Jets, brother.
The Jets. With Aaron healthy, I think they go 11-6. No, 10-7. And I think without Aaron Rodgers, I think they go jump off a bridge.
That would be so sad. Which I really kind of hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I've started to like Rodgers, seeing him more on McAfee. And just him having like full conversations, being normal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think they're going to go 13-4. But if Rodgers gets hurt, oh no. Hope that doesn't happen. Okay, brother.
Mm-hmm.
There's another team in the AFC East.
There is.
First, we're going to go to the NFC East with the New York Giants. Rapid fire.
I think the New York Giants are going 6-11, 7 and yes. I think they're going to go 6-11. Rapid fire.
They're going to go 4-13. How about the Philadelphia Eagles?
You go ahead. What do you think?
I think they're going to go 7-10.
I think they will. You said the Eagles, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go much better than that. I think they'll go 10-7. No, 9-8. I think they'll go 9-8.
Washington Commanders, 7-10.
Washington Commanders. You think 7-10?
Yes, brother.
I think.
I do want to just be clear. I am not the biggest fan of any of these ball clubs.
No. I
so maybe
I know.
I'm not.
But he's also they're also the unproven. They had a really horrible season last season.
Unproven.
I think 7-10.
Neither are we, Dallas.
I think 7-10 is fair.
Yeah.
I might like maybe 8-9, but I think 7-10 is fair.
Yeah. Okay, brother. I'll go first for the Dallas Cowboys.
Go ahead.
12-5. Final answer. We're gonna have another one of those years where we go 12-5. And I'm not saying we're not gonna do what we did in the past years in the playoffs, but we're gonna have one of those years. And what we're gonna do this year is have a much stronger finish to the year, I believe, and we will then carry on to the Super Bowl.
You think you can have a strong finish?
A strong finish. It's going to be because that year is when we played the best in the playoffs. Is when we were down and out of it, but then we traded for Amari Cooper, which we should definitely trade back for him because he's a dog. We miss you, Amari.
Yeah.
We love CD. Congrats on the contract. And
I just think you guys are going to struggle.
This is our year. This is our year, brother.
I think you guys are going to struggle. I don't think you have a very significant run game.
Zeke the Freak, brother.
Yeah.
Zeke the Freak is back.
Get the man a time machine.
He's on Ozempic. He's skinnier now.
So I think they're going to go 10-7. I still think they make the playoffs, but I think they're going 10-7.
Thank you, brother. That's honestly a courteous answer from a rival. Brother, now we scoot and boot to the Buffalo Bills. What would you say, brother?
I think I'm going to stick to what I think I remember myself saying, which is 11-6.
11-6.
Yeah. I think they're going to go 11-6. I think we lost Diggs. We lost defensive veterans. I think
is Diggs going to be a major void?
Yes and no. I think Diggs is a fantastic wide receiver, and he played incredibly well for us. And so I think we will miss his clutch,
right?
His clutch moments in the regular season.
Yeah, right.
I think he does. He's not perfect by any
right.
means, and I think he is on the wrong side of 30.
He is. He's getting old. He's almost a geezer.
And so I just think. Yeah, I think we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a little bit of a dip. We lost a lot of defensive players and didn't replace them all, and we, like Milano is hurt for indeterminate amount of time right now. Yeah, it's hard to stay much more positive than that.
Brother, I'm gonna say y'all are gonna go 12-5, just like the Cowboys.
That's kind of you.
I believe that you'll have another year of Josh being older, wiser, stronger, better.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is also on the defensive side of the ball. Brother, who's your Super Bowl participants and champion?
I didn't actually think this one all the way through in my head of, not that I've done like millions of iterations of this, but
Who's your
I think
AFC
it's going to
winner?
be the Niners
Niners.
for the NFC, and then for the AFC, it's muddy for the AFC. I don't want to say the Chiefs, so I'm going to say...
How about the Bills? We don't believe?
I think
Surely we believe, brother.
I always believe, but I think if we
we
crack
don't believe, we can achieve.
I think if we crack the code, we can be. But I think if I'm going off what I am most confident will happen, I think it's more likely to be the Chiefs again. I think the Chiefs are going to go in again.
Not again.
I know,
So
it's
you're
kind
saying
of
a
boring.
repeat of last year.
I think so. I mean, I'd love for Baltimore to beat them out, but that's what I think.
Brother, I'm going the Dallas Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills.
That's funny. That's the same prediction we made 2 years ago.
Well, I'm sticking to my guns, ladies and gents.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for an excellent, intense NFL season ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a hell of a time tonight. Brother, last question of the evening.
Okay.
Who is the champion of the Fantasy Football League this year? And who do they play against? We are pre-draft right now, and no offense to any brothers in the league.
Yeah,
This is all
I think-
speculation.
I think Alexander Idy's probably going to win the league. I think he always comes out really strong. I think his prediction skills have been on point so far this year. Just in terms of things he's predicted, like our poster for our league, among other things. And so I think he will be the winner. I think he will defeat... It's hard to say who he'll defeat. I'd rather pick the loser. I think the loser will be Russell this year. I think Russell will lose again.
Okay, brother.
I'd rather do it that way than try and predict like who's going to come second, because I want to come second, but I don't know that I'm so hot and cold. Like
You didn't have to predict the loser, for the record.
No,
I'm not
know.
going to say a loser
I
because
chose. I've called my shot.
I've been the
Russell,
winner.
you are losing.
You heard it, Russ. We love you, brother.
We love you, brother, but
brother, I think the winner is going to be Big Greasy Dirty Nate.
You think Nate's got it? Yeah, Nate.
I think he's been doing research for hours upon hours. Just
he's been studying the blade.
Oh yeah, knows every sleeper in the book.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, going to be a hell of a year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Marcus, always a pleasure and an honor,
Always,
brother.
always.
Cheers. Until next time.
Until next time.
We'll see you soon, ladies and gents. Take it easy and go Cowboys.